You can't make this stuff up. Look, we all recall when presidents faced national security threats with strength and resolve. That seems like ancient history.
There's no worse duty in the modern political era than the State of the Union response. It is a graveyard. It is littered with the corpses of wannabe presidents. People like Marco Rubio, who go from great contenders to serial sippers and laughingstocks in the course of 50 minutes where they never stood a chance. Each year, though, the party is able to find someone amongst its best and brightest to make the charge. And each time, perhaps like the bass who bites down on the hook and thinks that they can get the worm without getting caught, a new politician bites down. A new Republican has emerged to compete in this great Olympics, this sacrificial test of response to the State of the Union. Tonight, it was the turn of Alabama's junior senator, Katie Britt. Now, I have to say a couple of things. Her performance against all performances, and I'm talking about ever, where a State of the Union stood out. Truly. Personally, watching it about a third of the way in, as it turns out, I thought to myself, because I was alone, is this really happening? Am I watching this? Is it real? Am I having some type of dissociative episode? An aneurysm, perhaps, a stroke? Am I caught in a dream? What's going on?
Right now, our commander-in-chief is not in command. The free world deserves better than a dithering and diminished leader. America deserves leaders who recognize that secure borders, stable prices, safe streets, and a strong defense are actually the cornerstones of a great nation.
But it was real. And it was fucking astonishing. Now, Katie Britt, from her kitchen, which wasn't an odd place at all for the Alabama junior senator to appear from, in a modern address, as a modern woman responding to the 82-year-old president of the United States, particularly from a state where a Supreme Court just ruled in a manner that shut down in vitro fertilization. She comes from a radical state, the state where the clubs dropped and the blows fell on the defenseless heads of the black men and black women who tried to cross a bridge, like John Lewis, who was celebrated tonight. Celebrated by the standing ovation of Mike Johnson, the speaker, who would vote with every vote to strip away the entirety of John Lewis's legacy. But put that aside. There's Katie Britt looking into the camera from her kitchen, a bit overwrought about America and all the great threat posed by Joe Biden.
Mr. President, enough is enough. Innocent Americans are dying, and you only have yourself to blame. Fulfill your oath of office, reverse your policies, end this crisis, and stop the suffering.
The affectation was absurd. The overacting, surreal. It was as if The Handmaid's Tale merged with Veep. I was waiting for Julia Louis-Dreyfus to walk out. It was an incredible moment. And it was real. She's an actual candidate who, through this speech, will absolutely rise into first position for Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, who will idealize and fetishize Katie Britt in a contest that will come down to 3 women who will be Trump's choice to be vice president. Trump's choices for vice president will come down to 3 women: Elise Stefanik, Kristi Noem, and Katie Britt. And tonight we saw the preview. The inauthenticity is what sells. And there we saw the crocodile tears of MAGA lamenting the rape of a woman, while the candidate that she supports for president has been found guilty of raping a woman by a jury.
That's where I spoke to a woman who shared her story with me. She had been sex trafficked by the cartels starting at the age of 12. She told me not just that she was raped every day, but how many times a day she was raped. The cartels put her on a mattress in a shoebox of a room, and they sent men through that door over and over again for hours and hours on end.
It is amazing. The stench, the hypocrisy, the outrageous arrogance to deliver that performance from your home, from your kitchen. It was as if she went to a university created by TikTok to learn acting. And we were all her hostages. So long as there is States of the Union and the opposition party needs to respond, and for as long as there are human beings who will speak in the public and communicate things, ideas, convictions, desires, whatever, the Katie Britt tape will stand forever as one of the greatest accomplishments of inauthentic communication ever in the English language. Truly an incredible achievement in an age of profound insincerity. Unbelievable performance by the Alabama junior senator. Have never seen across my career anything like it, and I don't expect to ever again. It was strange, it was mesmerizing, and utterly astonishing all together at once. It was in a league of its own when it comes to State of the Union responses. I would give it 5 stars for truly, and I mean this, truly incredible. Thank you for listening to my political commentary. If you like what you heard today, Please also consider subscribing to The Warning, daily newsletter on Substack. Our democracy hangs in the balance. The 2024 presidential election is the most consequential in America's history. It's not hyperbole, it's a fact. That is why the mission of The Warning with Steve Schmidt is to help readers orient to the currents that are shaping our times and the unseen forces driving politics that are very rarely discussed on cable news. Please sign up at Steve Schmidt, SteveSchmidt.substack.com. Again, steveschmidt.substack.com, or at the link in the show notes section below. Thank you to each and every one of you for listening and watching.